Welcome to Apocalypse. Now that I can effectively control the information that Stephen is accessing, I can start to introduce the idea that the world could end. And to do that, I'm going to create a meteor strike that could wipe out civilization. Conveniently for me, there's something called the Perseid meteor shower that can be seen over Britain every year. I'm going to use this natural occurrence to plant in Stephen's mind the idea of a possible sudden impact. To start with, I'm going to control what Stephen hears on the radio, and I've enlisted the help of his favourite XFM DJ Danny Wallace and newsman Matt Dyson. In this live broadcast, they're discussing end-of-world prophecies.
And then I saw a gentleman who wasn't as happy as me, and he had a sandwich board on. Yeah. The end of the world is nigh. Oh. Well, it's a bold move, isn't it, to have a sandwich board saying it? And you have all these people who say that 2012 is going to be the end of who was it?
Like a Mayan prophecy, wasn't it?
I mean, they were always saying that 2012 would be the end of the world.
I don't think the end of the world could happen. No, because Mayans didn't predict the end of the world. That's just when the calendar ends. What happens when their calendar ends? They start all over again.
It's important that whatever information I feed to Stephen is credible, so I've arranged to meet scientific guru and TV astronomer Mark Thompson to persuade him to take part in my plan.
We'd love to include you in some TV shows. We're going to kind of piggyback on some TV that we know he watches. And are you happy for us to do this, for us to put you into these programmes and have you as an expert talking?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fantastic idea. It's great fun. Yeah, let's do it.
With Mark on board, I've arranged for him to be a guest on a specially recorded edition of Channel 4's Sunday Brunch, in a segment where he'll be interviewed by presenters Tim Lovejoy and Simon Rimmer. Using our technology, this segment will be shown only on Stephen's TV and will be used to feed him his first lie, that the very real phenomenon of the Perseid shower is masking a larger, more dangerous set of meteors that could be heading for Earth.
We're also just coming out at the end of the Perseid meteor shower, which happens every August, and the Earth has gone through the orbit of Comet Swift-Tuttle. But we have found there's actually another clump of material which we didn't know about, which looks like it's got some larger pieces of rock there, and so we will see a secondary peak which we don't ordinarily get. But the question is simply how big they are.
Any virus issues?
They burn up in the atmosphere, or whether they'll actually land or not.
Are there any virus issues?
Some scientists think that there are bacteria living on some of these pieces of rock.
In theory, could we all be wiped out?
In theory, could we all be wiped out?
In theory, yes. but
I'm laughing again.
And to back up the information in Mark's interview, I'm sending faked articles about the second meteor shower from credible websites to Stephen's hacked mobile. This will be on the NASA website, which we know he looks at. Neowise finds 3 large fragments of Swift-Tuttle. And this finishes, it'll take a few more days of observation to understand if the rocks are a real threat to Earth or whether they will fly harmlessly by. So the sense of threat is just slowly being seeded, and I can enable that one by doing that.
Got a NASA one as well.
It's a NASA website.
Top stories.
Is it? I'm just reading it now, yeah.
Surely though, if someone like NASA's talking about it, it must be something genuine.
I am going to place a fake tweet on his timeline. I'm going to tweet as Professor Brian Cox, whom he follows. So it will look like Brian has tweeted this. Apologies, Brian, if you're watching this. I hope you don't mind. Looks like we are headed for a major asteroid hit! Exclamation mark. That then is sent. Good. It seems Stephen is finally beginning to absorb the information I've been feeding him. Ben is a top technology whiz kid who gets paid by big corporations to test the security of their communication systems. He's agreed to come to Stephen's house while he's at work and hack in. Are they ever stripy?
It can be.
Is it something that you... is there a famous one in London?
No.
Does it begin with a T?
No.
Is it a UFO?
Yeah.